Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about some classic movies you can watch for free on the Tubi app. And welcome to my channel, The Quiet One, where I love to talk about movies and entertainment, especially horror movies. And the first movie we're going to talk about is The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This film is a 1920 German film and is considered to be the quintessential work of German expressionist cinema. It tells the story of an insane hypnotist who uses someone else to commit murders. The film features a dark and twisted visual style with very unique symmetry and scenery. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari was released just as foreign film industries were easing restrictions on the import of German films following World War I. It is unique, it is different, and I do know that they offer a somewhat colorized or kind of a hued version of the film, which I personally like only because I like color. This is considered the first horror movie. And it really does have a lot of creepy parts. I mean, that's not right. That's scary. And in case you couldn't tell, it is a silent film. And now we are at Nosferatu, another silent film. Very creepy. I highly suggest this film for sure. In 1922, F.W. Murnau, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, was setting out to make a horror film based on Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, but was denied the rights to the property by Stoker's estate. But this guy, he's like, nah, I'm gonna make it anyway. So he changed a few things. He changed the name of the story to Nosferatu and the name of the title character from Dracula to Count Orlok. It still is an unsettling film to me nowadays, but back then this was really unprecedented. This is very typical for, black and white, silent films of the era. Everything is really kind of over-exaggerated by the actors, but because they literally could not talk, so they had to express everything through their eyes and their movements. Nosferatu is the creepiest vampire I've seen in any movie, any other vampire movie at all. Those spindly spider-like fingers, his ears, his stare, his teeth. I mean, everything about him is so unique. It's really kind of that situation where he is almost human, but not. He's not the dashing, Bela Lugosi, but that is what makes this movie good. I mean, it is nightmare fuel. This is scary stuff. And, even if you've never seen the movie, or even if you've never seen clips of the movie, of the actual movie, I guarantee that you have seen him in other things, even in SpongeBob. SpongeBob put this guy in a cartoon. Now listen, it scares me nowadays. How this didn't send thousands of kids screaming to their parents, I don't know.
Do you have references?
Wait! If that was you on the phone and you on the bus, then who was flickering the lights?
Nosferatu!
It scares me nowadays, so you have heard of it. You have. Dracula, 1931. Now I love this movie. This is one of the movies I learned to appreciate as I got older. Bela Lugosi portrays Count Dracula, a vampire who immigrates from Transylvania to England and preys upon the blood of living victims, including a young man's fiancée. Produced and distributed by Universal Pictures, Dracula is the first sound film adaptation of the Stoker novel. Again, as I was a kid, I didn't really get it. I'm like, but nowadays, watching it, not only is it obviously more dramatic, look at that guy right there, and it's really great. But I understand now why Lugosi is considered to be handsome and magnetic, because back then as a kid I didn't really see it. Now that I'm older and wiser and appreciate things more, he really is. He just draws you in. And I'm not saying you have to be attracted to him, but he draws you in. He is one of the best Dracula actors, period. He is so good at what he does. Frankenstein, 1931. Based on Mary Shelley's 1818 novel Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, this film stars Boris Karloff as the Frankenstein monster. Because even though the monster is often referred to as Frankenstein, Frankenstein is actually the creator of the monster. Boris Karloff is awesome in this movie. His face alone makes the film. It is black and white, but of course it is a talkie. It does have sound in it. It does not have the monster speaking in this one, but highly recommended, a must watch. The Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. The first sequel to the Universal Pictures 1931 film Frankenstein, as with the first film, Bride of Frankenstein was directed by James Whale and stars Boris Karloff as the monster. The sequel features Elsa Lanchester as the dual role of Mary Shelley and the character at the end of the film, The only thing I complain about is the bride is not in it long enough. She is awesome. She is beauty and she is terror. This is a great film. And actually, I like Bride of Frankenstein better than the prequel, which is Frankenstein, obviously. I just think it has a better story. Plus, I love The Bride. I love The Bride. The Mummy, 1932. Another film starring Boris Karloff. It's about an Egyptian mummy who reaches Cairo in search for the girl he thinks is his long-lost princess. I think this is one of those films where the cinematography and the creature and the special effects really just draws you in, and even for nowadays standards, it holds up pretty well. I personally like practical effects, practical makeup, things that are physically there. It holds up over time. I mean, think about this is about 100 years old, and look how good it still looks. So those are my suggestions. If you don't watch some free movies on the Tubi app, there you go. And even if you are into horror, these are really good movies for you to watch. I mean, Bride of Frankenstein could be a love story. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I highly appreciate it. If you like this upload, please let me know by liking this video. Subscribe if you would like to see my future content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.